In today's lesson, we will be solving quadratic equations. What are quadratic equations? Let's memorize this. A quadratic equation is an equation in which the variable that is being solved for has the highest power of 2. So what does this mean? Here is an example. X squared is 9. So do you see the exponent is 2 and the power is x to the power of 2? Here's another equation. There's an x squared and there are 3 x's. But the x squared is the highest power of x and the highest power is 2. So these are quadratic equations. Let's solve this problem. X squared is 9. We have to solve for x. So what do? Well, Zasha says that x must be negative 3 because negative 3 times negative 3 is 9. Well, that's very clever. Zing says that x must be 3 because 3 times 3 is 9. So who is correct? I think both of them are correct. Let's solve this problem. So, yes, I agree. I know that if I square root both sides, then a must be 5. Or a can be negative 5. Well done, you two. Write this example down. A squared is 25. So if we square root both sides, then a can be positive 5 or negative 5. Let's try this one. X squared minus 64 is 0. Write this in your book. Pause the video and try to do it. Yes, we can manipulate the equation by adding 64 to both sides. Then we can square root both sides. X is therefore positive or negative 8. But what about this problem? X squared minus x is 6. Yes, we are stuck. What can we do now? That's clever. We know AB is 0. So A times B is 0. So this means that if A times B is 0, either A or B must be 0. So what are you saying? What is the zero product property? The zero product property is if A times B is 0, then A is 0 or B can be 0. Or A is 0 and B is 0. So here's an example. X squared minus x is 6. If we subtract 6 from both sides, then we've got x squared minus x minus 6 is 0. Let's factorize. Remember, we want a product that is equal to 0. Because if we've got a product that is equal to 0, one of the brackets must be 0, the one or the other one. So what is the zero product property? Let's use this again. So here we have factorized. So now we can say x minus 3 is 0 and x plus 2 must be 0 or x plus 2 must be 0. Therefore x is 3 and x is negative 2. Let's test. Is 3 squared minus 3 equal to 6? Yes. What about negative 2 squared minus a negative 2? That is also equal to 6. So we've solved for x. X has got 2 solutions. How to solve quadratic equations by taking out the highest common factor. Here is an example. X squared is 3x. Let's subtract 3x from both sides and equalize this expression to 0. So the equation must be equal to 0. Now we need factors, so we factorize by taking out the highest common factor. Let's use the zero product property. So x can be 0 and x minus 3 is 0. Therefore x is 0 and x is 3. Remember to check your solution. Let's try another one. First step. The equation must be equal to 0. 4t squared minus 2t is 0. Take out the highest common factor. Now use the zero product property. 2t can be 0 and 2t minus 1 is 0. Let's solve for t. T is then 0 and t can be a half because we added 1 to both sides and then we divided by 2. Remember to check the solutions. So in this lesson, we learned how to solve quadratic equations by taking out the highest common factor and by using the zero product property.